Hello, Internet, and welcome to Nerd Break, the podcast where we take a break from life and nerd out about our favorite things. I am your host, Joseph Abrosif, and joining me this week is one of my best friends in the entire world, Zombs.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo se llama?
I didn't get that far.
Well, while you may not have gotten that far, Zombs, I did, and like always, we are going to dive headlong into the news segment called Just In Case You Missed It. And just in case you missed it, Zombs, did you know that Sega is looking to release brand new games?
Will there also be a new console followed by these new games?
No,
Oh,
sorry, Zombs. Evidently, Sega has revealed that it's planning on releasing a new super game in the next 5 years, which is interesting in and of itself.
do we know what's the name of it?
That we don't know, but it is supposed to be a brand new IP.
Hmm. So that's it. That's all they told us.
Yeah, evidently the remakes that they've had, like Streets of Rage 4, Panzer Dragoon, House of the Dead, those have done, I guess, well enough for them because they're also evidently looking to revive series such as Shinobi, Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Space Channel 5, Virtua Fighter, Altered Beast, because the other games are doing so well. It's interesting.
I like it.
I do too. Sega needs a lot of good stuff, honestly.
They they have a lot of good stuff. I'm really excited for House of the Dead. I wonder if they can do something with Switch because I just don't see arcades doing what they used to, you know?
Yeah, honestly, anything from Sega would be better than nothing because they have so many great properties under their umbrella. One of my personal favorites outside of Sonic being Valkyria Chronicles. I hope that they would put out another game in that series. That would be awesome.
You got me into Valkyria Chronicles, and I remember the reason why you told me was because it was very anime-esque in appearance, and I was so disappointed in you, but then I tried it and I liked it anyways. Also, really good games like Jet Set Radio was amazing. I actually still listen to that soundtrack here and there, so
Really, do you?
it was a good game.
See, I never had a Dreamcast, so I never got to play Jet Set Radio.
Dreamcast was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I miss it. Moving on. Evidently, the Chinese video game company Tencent, their Timmy studio, has formed a strategic partnership with Xbox Games Studio. This is
Uh,
really strange news, to be honest.
What does this mean? What does Timmy Studios do?
They do mobile games, to be honest. That's kind of their thing.
Yeah, we
They've
can get
worked on the Call of Duty mobile game, and they have also worked on Honor of Kings. Also, the Pokemon Unite game is something that they're working on too.
You know, this could kind of be a good thing because there are some mobile games that I have played, and sometimes I just don't want to play on my phone, and I think, oh, this would be great to play on my console. So for Xbox, this could potentially be a good thing. But then I just wonder if I can play both at the same time the mobile game on my phone and still have all of my saved features and whatnot on the Xbox.
Well, anything that would get published with Microsoft, with Xbox, more than likely would have that cross compatibility built into it. And I cannot see Microsoft not wanting that in every way, shape, or form.
I know what you're saying. Like it just seems like the obvious thing to do, but I have been let down before.
You know, what comes to my mind though would be like a mobile version of Halo or a mobile version of Gears of War. Kind of makes me wonder though, because they have the xCloud service, and that lets you play those games on your mobile device with just the Xbox subscription. So, what could this really lead to? It kind of makes me wonder. This kind of is a backstep, really, depending on how they go about it.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I liked how you mentioned one of the top titles of all time is Halo. Whenever Microsoft does something new, there's always the default for Halo. And with the release of the latest Mass Effect game for the trilogy, um, hopefully Halo will do another comeback. It's a great game.
I have one final question for you, Zombs, in regards to this. The Halo game that was the real-time strategy game, Halo OST, was it?
The RTS, Halo Wars.
Whatever the name of it is. Could that possibly be what they might go for here with Timmy Studios for a mobile game? Because we haven't seen an installment in that particular part of the franchise for several years.
I uh I kind of would hope so. Honestly, I know that there are a lot of diehard Halo fans out there, but some people just didn't like the Halo Wars games. There's two of them, I believe, Halo Wars and then Halo Wars 2. But I think it was because the storyline was separate from the main storyline. I enjoyed it. It was great to see what was going on outside of just Master Chief because it's a big story with Halo. So I mean, I got little bits of pieces here and there, and it was great. I enjoyed it, and honestly, if they did do something like that, I think it would probably pull in new audience. I just don't know how RTS would do now because it seems like that type of game has kind of fallen off the radar.
Yeah, I'm mainly the reason why I brought it up is because Halo being a twin stick first person shooter wouldn't translate well without a controller. So there would have to be some other type of game that they would want to utilize the touchscreen of a mobile device to implement into said game, whatever they're working on. Just a thought, though. Moving on to the next news topic, we have gotten the final update for the Play at Home initiative from Sony for PS4 and PS5 owners, and it's already made available. If you are on the PlayStation Store, you can get in on all these goodies. And I say that loosely because unfortunately, the final stuff they're giving through the Play at Home initiative is not games, it's in game stuff. It goes as follows. For Rocket League, you get a PlayStation Plus pack, which includes 4 unique customization items, including a blue notch wheels, blue smoke boost, blue rocks trail, and the trim packed BL player banner. For Brawlhalla, you get Rayman Legend unlocked, Sir Ray a lot skin with axe and gauntlet weapon skins, a shrug emote, and Grim Sidekick. For Destruction All Stars, you get 1,100 destruction points. For MLB the Show 21, you get 10 The Show packs. For NBA 2K21, you get a My Team Series 2 Amethyst Damian Lillard, 5,000 My Team points, and more. For Rogue Company, you get a Kyoto Undercover Ronin outfit and 200 Rogue Bucks. World of Tanks, in that game you get the modern armor, and it also includes a bundle of 5 1.5 silver boosters, 5 2 times XP boosters, 7 days of premium account, and more. For World of Warships, evidently, you get a Legends bundle that includes a Tier 3 battleship Arkansas, 7 days of premium account, and 5 times rare boosters of all 5 types. Then in Warframe, you get a starter bundle that includes 100 platinum, 100,000 credits, 7-day affinity booster, and essential base damage mod bundle, and more. Then there's 5 double XP tokens for Call of Duty, which that was a list, but honestly, this is like the weakest part from my perspective of the Play at Home initiative. Any thoughts, Zombs?
So you just get free stuff. For games, you don't get free games. And this is, how do you
Right.
get this? Do you have to download something, or is it just something that's automatically updated to your games?
I assume, like with the free games, you'll have to go to the PlayStation Store to a Play at Home tab that they have on there, and you'll find the free stuff there.
Free stuff. Good.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I don't know why they chose free stuff like this. I mean, I get it. If there are people that have these games, play these games on a regular basis, then they probably are just loving it. But it's really, why couldn't they have turned all this into another free game? I just don't get it. Zombs, are you going to check any of this stuff out?
Maybe the World of Tanks. Maybe. But nah.
Well, we'll move on to something infinitely better in the news, in the fact that the PS5 is finally getting brand new controller colors. We get Cosmic Red and Midnight Black. And I'm going to say this, one of these things is not like the other, honestly.
I had heard about this, and you can pre-order these now at some retailers. So I mean, I would say hurry up and go do it because I'm not sure how the supply is. I do know that with the supply for everything else is pretty much gone due to the pandemic. I'd say go pre-order this and get yours in because I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a store and they say, "Oh, did you pre-order this item?" And they go, "No." And then the cashier says, "Well, you can't because we only have enough for pre-orders."
That's cruel.
It's also pretty funny because I'll go up after them or before somebody and they ask me the same question. I say, "Yes, yes, I did. I understand the date that our planet is in. So I pre-order stuff."
Are you going to pre order one of these controllers, Zombs?
Yes,
Which one?
both.
I'm surprised because I honestly, between the two, really don't like the black one. So, for anyone that has not seen these yet, the black one is just black. It's just black. The whole thing is black. The red one, though, take the parts that are traditionally white on the PS5 controller, replace them with red, and you have a red and black controller, and it looks really, really cool.
I'm gonna have to stop you there, Broseph. It's not red, it's cosmic red. And the black is actually midnight black.
Okay, I'm sorry, Zoms, but still, the cosmic red one looks infinitely better than the Midnight Black one, from my opinion. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
There you go. Go pre-order a Cosmic Red one right now because Joseph DeBrosif predicts that it will be the one to sell out first. Moving right along, Microsoft has kicked off its celebration of 20 years of Xbox this year. Are you excited, Zombs?
Yes, what do we get?
Um, you can go buy special T-shirts and other
Hmm,
stuff from the Microsoft store.
maybe. They're not going to give us anything free like what PlayStation did?
Evidently, they are going to be giving out anniversary themed wallpapers at some point,
Hmm, okay.
but yeah. So the anniversary actually is November 15th, and they are saying that there's going to be more fun as they get closer to the date. But right now, it's pretty much just buy gear, celebrate 20 years of Master Chief and Xbox. I can't believe it's been 20 years already.
To the Xbox store.
I'll be sure to get up really fast and go there right now, Zombs.
Okay. I was just curious, seeing what they were going to do. Pretty sure there's a tab there somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna actually put Microsoft to shame a little bit, unfortunately, here, because if you lived in China and you bought a PS5, you evidently got pins. In particular, a pin of a platinum trophy and a pin of the PlayStation logo. Aren't you just a little bit jealous, Zoms?
Just a little bit. I would I wonder if I can make a friend over there. Is anybody listening in China? You want to
Well, even if you
send me one?
do, I wouldn't count on getting these pins because they were, looks like, special to the launch of the PS5 because it launched just a little while ago in China. And evidently at the PlayStation store, the head of PlayStation China, Iguchi, which I apologize if I have mispronounced your name, was there shaking hands with people in line and signing PlayStation 5s.
I don't think I would have even known who that was. Just this guy, and he's wanting to sign stuff. I'm like, who is he? Nobody knows, or they mention it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'll sign my own PlayStation 5. Thank you.
There you go. But one of the bonuses for buying a PlayStation 5 at the Sony store in China was these really interesting looking pens. Again, one was of the Platinum Trophy and the other one was of the PlayStation symbol. And they weren't very big, it doesn't look like, just standard little pens. But they are a nice little bonus if you're new to PlayStation or a longtime PlayStation fan. Next up, the Crash Bandicoot voice actors are teasing a fun new project.
What could it be? Is it a new game? An animated series?
We don't know. They actually tease the fact that they're working on it and the fact that it may or may not be a new Crash game. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they are recording for a new Crash game, as the Crash games have done well enough. I mean, the remake of the trilogy did well enough that they made a Crash Bandicoot 4 and rewrote the entire Crash Bandicoot lore in the process.
They could probably do a lot with Crash. Probably one of those series along with Rayman, where we can get so much more if they decided, hey, let's cater to the audience some more. Um, yeah, like another game or something. Give us more of the storyline. That would be great. I do have a bunch of followers on social media, and I do see a lot of their Crash Bandicoot post. The following is pretty big, especially in South America. I think it's pretty neat. There's also one of the followers that I have, and she is a big Coco fan. She does. I don't know if she does her own artwork or what, but it looks pretty good. I mean, some of it, most of it is somewhat inappropriate, but yeah, there's just a big fan base for this. I think they could have something here if they branch out with Crash some more.
You know, I guess time will tell as to whether we get another Crash Bandicoot game. I would not be opposed to this. Let the fans be appeased. Do it, Activision. Do it right now. Give the people what they want. The Brosif has spoken. Moving along, out of left field, Lego has announced a new Lego Spider Man set of the Daily Bugle. It's coming out soon. It is 3,772 pieces and is almost 3 feet tall.
Are you gonna buy this?
I wish I could, but it's also almost $100 for each foot.
You know what? You could always just return the iPad you just bought and buy this.
Yeah, but one of these things is stuff for work, the other one is leisure. And unfortunately, work trumps leisure.
I saw this meme that somebody did where it's them being shielded by anime and the crowd is angry and in the crowd there's work and responsibilities. That's what this reminded me of.
Oh, good grief, Zombs. Good grief. This thing looks really cool, though. And if I could get it, I would. But I know, Zombs, you can buy it for me. Moving along, in our next and final piece of video game related news, Nintendo dropped a bomb on us called a new amiibo. That new amiibo is Zelda and a Loftwing for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD.
What does it do?
That is a really, really good question. And I had to look this up, and I did. And when I found out, I said, nope, this ain't worth it. Because what it does is, for those of you who don't know, when you're playing Skyward Sword, you have the cloud area, the sky, and then you have below the clouds, the ground area that you travel between. But you can only travel between those areas at set points. This amiibo lets you completely throw that rule out. So if you're on the ground, it immediately takes you up into the sky. And when you're on the ground up in the sky, you can use the amiibo again to go right back to where you were launched up into the sky from, which just kind of breaks the game.
Cheat codes.
Pretty much. The amiibo itself looks pretty doggone neat, and I would love to get it, but there is another catch. It's not the standard $16 price for an amiibo because evidently it is bigger. We don't know how big yet, but it's big enough that it's about $25.
Whoa. That's
Yep.
probably the most expensive amiibo I've ever seen.
Well, then you missed one, buddy.
Which one?
Because, well, for one, the huge yarn Yoshi that was exclusive to Toys R Us retailed for 100, I believe.
The amiibos were out that far? That
Yes,
early in life?
the Guardian enemy from Breath of the Wild, they had amiibo for that, and I believe it was 30. So amiibos can run the range of price.
Yeah, they are pretty pricey. I mean, some of them are really neat to look at. I probably would get one for as a statue to put somewhere in my house, but I don't know if I would ever use them. I was never really sure what they're for, but I had found out, like, let's say the Mario Cat and Peach Cat amiibos, like those gave you power-ups in the game, which was pretty cool. So that's what they do. The amiibos give you things and there's specific games.
Yes, I personally have several amiibo, and I like them. I don't collect all of them because that would cost way too much money. And they honestly, depending on the amiibo, don't necessarily always have the best functionality. Like said amiibo here that breaks the game. I personally might try to get this one just because I collect a few certain amiibos and I love The Legend of Zelda. Zombs, what about you? Interested? No?
No, I'll tell you what, you get this one and I'll look at it.
Sounds fair enough. Well, that does it for the video game news. Zombs, how about you take us over to the anime news?
Anime party. Will there be ramen? Yes. Pizza? Yes. Ramune? Yes. Pokey? Okay. There's also going to be, in this first part, SAO, or Sword Art Online, The Great Pretender. Um, these anime, both are great. Sword Art Online has been around a long time now. There's so many different types for the Sword Art Online. I've seen all of them. I've seen all the movies. I love it. Great Pretender has 2 seasons out. They were also in the Crunchyroll Awards. I hope they come out with the third season. Anyways, Studio Bamboo is releasing its first art book for the two, Great Pretender and Sword Art Online, and it's just background artwork. I've seen some of this stuff in the actual anime, and I mean, if you just appreciate the art, you appreciate the scenery in the anime, which I do. I think this is something that would be really neat to have. Uh, it's the artwork, the book is getting released shortly here, May 21st. And I'm looking at some of the pictures and it looks freaking amazing, especially Aincrad from Sword Art. That's the floating continent, I want to say. Uh, looks really neat, especially with like some of the cities in The Great Pretender. It all looks great. I recommend it. Again, those of you who appreciate art, definitely check it out.
I can say honestly, if I was into those shows, I would do it because I personally love art books. I have a lot of art books for video games, and I enjoy looking at them. I enjoy seeing how the people that do these artworks do what they do and the notes that they make, and just I appreciate that stuff.
Yeah, I know. I think. Well, yeah, I did send you one of the last art books that I sent you just because I thought you would appreciate it was with Pokemon.
I don't know if that counts because that was a game guide.
But there's artwork with it.
Well, yes, this is true.
Next is artist, music artist, singer Minori Chihara is releasing her debut 15th anniversary special concert. There are 30 songs that she will be performing. This will come out on Blu-ray. It's live performances and it's going to be released June 2nd of this year, 2021. She held a memorial concert on November 18th of 2019 on her 39th birthday. Got great stuff, uh, music. It really speaks to me. It's really inspiring. I recommend, if you haven't heard of her, go to YouTube, check her out, listen to her song "Everybody Jump."
I'll have to do that because I like a lot of different types of music.
Oh yeah, me too. It's one of my top artists that I like to listen to.
Thumbs, you're speaking to me in the anime news today.
That or you're just finally listening. On to our next piece is Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which is a Netflix original film series. I am so excited for this. has finally gotten a premiere date, July 8th. Everybody, July 8th, turn on your Netflix. Let's watch this together. Let's have a watch party. I don't care. I just want to see this. Don't stop me from watching this.
Did they show anything from it?
There is a trailer, I believe. Let me see here. I'm
'Cause I
actually
thought I
on
had
one of the
seen
web.
that there was a trailer.
Yes, there is an official trailer. You can watch it on the YouTubes.
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Netflix is getting a lot of good things like that lately.
I was just about to say that is Netflix is doing amazing, and Netflix is actually a really good company. I personally know a couple people who actually work for Netflix, and they say that during the pandemic and everything, Netflix has taken care of its people. So I applaud you, Netflix. Also, Netflix spends a lot of money to do research and develop these Netflix originals, which is really great. With all the money that they spend, I question, is the CEO making anything? And that's probably a good thing, is that this person is just like, I want this to succeed because Netflix has a lot of really good stuff. Castlevania just had their fourth and final season, and it was a great, great ending. I thought it was going to end with me upset, and I'm just going to say it's great. Definitely go watch it. Also, they do have the Castlevania. I think there's like a spin-off or something coming from it. We're still not clear on that, but I may have news on that in a bit. Moving on. Sentai Filmworks and Crunchyroll are teaming up to bring more anime to home video. Films such as, or shows such as Noblesse, Onyx, Equinox, uh, Haikyuu, To the Top, I'm Standing on a Million Lives, Keep Your Hands Off Aizuken, which did really good in the latest awards. I definitely need to check this one out. Monster Girl Doctor, interesting. One of my favorites, I'm waiting for the next season, is My Next Life as a Villainess. All routes lead to doom. Rent a Girlfriend, talked about this one before, and many, many others. These will be coming to DVD, Blu ray, and digital download in the United States and Canada.
I think it's pronounced Canada.
Either way, it's the hat of the United States.
Is there any suggested retail price for these listed?
No,
Rats.
but these are all really good. I usually just buy the digital downloads. Um, Something that I tell a lot of people is there are people who still pirate anime. I get it. You know, the money's not there, but you know what? I've seen so many people who pirate and who love the anime series and say you can't do that. Definitely support the anime. Crunchyroll does do that. They do give money to the creators and it keeps them going. So, I mean, recently I have seen the gap between making seasons shorter. So it is working. If you truly want to support, stop pirating. Subscribe, budget, whatever you got to do. I do it, and I feel really good about it.
Yes, don't wear any funny hats, eye patches, or have little birds on your shoulder.
Next up, My Hero Academia, the mobile RPG launches today with a new promo. So this is for mobile devices. It was announced last month that there would be a My Hero Academia game. It's an RPG. I am really interested in this. There is a trailer up on YouTube titled My Hero Academia: The Strongest Hero. Definitely check it out. It is live now on the iTunes App Store and Google Play, and available to fans in North America, Latin America, the UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and Scandinavia.
Wow, that's a lot of places.
I know. I'm really excited for this because much like my Switch that I can take everywhere with me so I can play it on the go. Every chance I get, I try to get a train or a bus ride, try to get a ride, to my destinations. And there's some free time in there or, waiting on stuff. And I will whip out my phone and try to play some games. And this is definitely one of those games that I want to play.
Well, if you do, you'll have to let us know how it is.
I will, because I'm going to play right after this podcast.
I'm holding you to it.
My next piece, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. It's an anime originally supposed to come out in July, has been postponed. Sorry, unfortunately, I am upset. I was upset reading this. I'm pretty sure people listening to the podcast are upset as well. Email us. Let's vent about that because it will now be premiering in October of 2021. So, hey, you know what? Something to watch during spooky season, I guess. But yeah, there you go. And it is now time for a birthday parties.
Wait a minute. Did you say it's time for on my birthday, happy birthday to you?
Yes, yes, most definitely. Um, and I want to start off with a popular anime, Cyborg 009. Pretty sure you've heard of this one. But for the birthday for May 16th is Joe Shimamura. This
Why
one,
does he
next
sound
one,
so familiar?
he's the main character. The main character of Cyborg 009. But anyways, next one from this popular anime, and it is currently airing. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. Yes, that is the title, Broseph. I just love all these long titles. For May 17th is the main character, Azusa Aizawa. She's a witch lady. And then another one that you may know, Joseph, from Dragon Ball Z. Birthday is May 18th. Gohan.
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 Wow, Gohan, happy birthday. How old are you?
Mm-hmm.
50?
I know, right? Let me see. Next one for May 19th from the ever popular Demon Slayer is Kanao Tsuyuri. Tsuyuri. There you go. If you haven't seen that, I recommend watching it, Broseph. The latest movie. Also, I was talking with a fan, and I was telling her about Demon Slayer. She watched it. She was messaging me back. She was only a few episodes into it, and she was telling me how amazing it is. It is amazing. Check it out.
I will have to do that.
Also, this one popped up on my list, and this is a Western animation. So we've done Western animated characters before. So from Young Justice or just DC in general is Zatanna Zatara for May 20th. So let's do another May 20th birthday back to the anime section from My Hero Academia is Kamui Woods. This guy has wood power. He makes trees grow from his body.
That could pose a problem.
And I thought this was perfect for our next segment as we end the anime section. May 22nd is his birthday. He has been characterized as a male with black eyes, black hair to his ears, with the iconic red and white hat. I don't know what the symbol is. I never understood what the symbol was. But from Pokemon, let's give a shout out for his birthday, Ash Ketchum.
And how old is he?
Isn't he still like 10 years old? Or did they
You
finally
sure?
make him 11?
I thought for sure he was like 40.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in real time laws, Ash is pretty old, but in anime time, he's 10.
That is one long year.
Oh yeah, I think I had seen a YouTuber or TikToker, can't remember his name right now, but I do watch some of his videos. It's pretty funny where they had mentioned that anime time doesn't sync up with real time and they have to defuse a bomb and they got like 10 seconds and they have to do all this fighting stuff and drive across town and do all this whatever all in a series of 10 seconds, and the real life people are looking at their watches like, how long has it been? It's only been like 3 seconds. Just a little joke there for the play on time. Funny brosive.
Well, speaking of time zombs, I think it is time for our
Big topic.
That's right, Zom. This week and every week, we have a big topic to discuss, and you, dear listener, can join in. You can suggest a big topic to us by sending us an email at nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com, or just let us know what you think about any big topic that we've already previously discussed. This week's big topic, though, is in the vein of our Mega May celebration. What Mega May celebration would be complete if we didn't talk about our top 3 favorite Mega Evolutions of Pokemon? Yes, that's right. This week we're cheating again. We're talking about Pokemon. So, Zoms, are you ready to list off one of your top 3? Perhaps the third favorite Mega Evolution of yours?
Okay.
What is your third, Zoms?
Oh, we'll start from the bottom.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say, how about Mewtwo?
Which one?
Ooh, I want to say X.
Mewtwo X. The psychic and fighting type. Interesting choice. What about it do you like?
I just thought it was pretty funny because the colors remind me of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Or not Cell, I'm sorry, Frieza from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. I mean, it looks honestly interesting, and it's so weird and bizarre to see this character because Mewtwo is so kind of bony to a certain degree in the way his body shape is, and Mega Mewtwo X is kind of like a little bit beefier. So I have no idea what they were going for there, but I can see the parallels to Frieza. It just that's an interesting choice.
I got the Cell reference from Sceptile's Mega Evolution.
Oh, yeah, skimming through these, there are a lot of interesting ones.
This one was a close one for me. Is I was thinking Sableye. What is that? Does he just get a giant diamond and beat you to death with it?
Yeah, Mega Sableye is very, very strange. It's pretty much he has this big, huge gem that he holds up as a shield, and that Pokemon was just weird. But what made you almost pick it?
Because I like Frieza more than I like Cell, so that's why I went with Mewtwo. Also, I like Mewtwo more than I like Sceptile, so
Oh, I'm confused now, but moving on for my number 3. My number 3 is going to be Mega Gallade. I think it looks really awesome because it almost looks like he has a cape in a way. the regular form of Gallade, even though it's a psychic fighting and it carries that over to the Mega version, kind of acts like it has swords for arms, and the Mega Glade version kind of like doubles down on that, so he kind of looks like a sword hero. Just looks really neat.
Yeah, I see it. That looks pretty neat. Yeah, it's so weird how they come up with all these different characteristics. Like some of them, I think the Mega Evolutions just look stupid because they add like very few things, but Mega Gallade looks very different. Um, you're right, like pretty much like a sword hero.
That's part of the reason why I picked him, because my picks for the most part are really unique for the characteristics of the way they look. What's your number two, Zombs?
Number two, only because I play Pokemon Go, okay? And I have a specific Pokemon where I think just loves me and does whatever they can to make sure I win. I don't know how. I'll even leave this Pokemon at gyms, and I'm never let down. I'm so just out of respect for my virtual Pokemon Go, Lopunny.
Really? Low punny.
Yep. Hmm.
Wow. What about that one do you like for its mega evolution?
It's weird. Looks like they put the ears, are those ears or whatever, into braids.
Yeah, that is really odd.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It adds the fighting type though to its normal type, so I guess it like gains some karate moves or something. I like
I don't know.
how
We'll see.
right there on its forehead it has like a butterfly shape. Did you see that?
Yeah, because yeah, in the first form, it just has the two parts that come up on the sides, kind of like
Yeah.
eyebrows. I'm not sure. And then they
Those
kind
are
of come
those would be
together and
some wicked eyebrows.
yeah.
My number two is going to be Mega Rayquaza. I know it doesn't change types or anything, but Rayquaza, when he first was revealed, was kind of cool, kind of not. They kind of took the factor of what Rayquaza was, and they made him really, really cool and doubled down on the dragon aspect of him. Just looks really awesome. That more space-like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Rayquaza that Pokemon that flies around in space?
You're probably thinking of Deoxys.
Maybe.
But Rayquaza can evidently fly into space, in particular in its mega evolved form, which is astounding, honestly. Zoms, do you like Mega Rayquaza?
I
Well, what's your number one, Zoms?
My number one is very popular one, I think. At least I see a lot of popularity with this one. I see it everywhere now. But I still love this guy. I fell in love with this Pokemon from day one. Thought it was funny, and reading up more about it is this Pokemon is just absolutely terrifying. Uh, but it is Gengar.
Gengar, really?
Yep.
What about Mega Gengar do you like?
Well, just because I love Gengar, so the Mega Evolution, I can't go wrong with it. I really like him. Just like your other pick with Rayquaza, stays Ghost and Poison. But
I mean, he gains a third eye.
yeah, I was gonna say that he gains that eye, and I have seen him in action in some of the games, and I was like, oh wow, this is really neat. Uh, but I do believe that if you have the shiny Gengar, then the Mega Evolution is white,
Yes, actually, I believe you're correct about that.
which I have shiny Gengar in Pokemon Go.
Really? Interesting.
I wonder if they'll implement, or if they have already. It's been a little bit since I played Pokemon Go. I'm actually picking it back up this week.
One extra tidbit about Mega Gengar. It was playable in Pokken Tournament, and he doesn't walk around. He just kind of slides across the ground.
That can be
Weird.
terrifying.
Exactly. Speaking of terrifying, though, I'm not going to say my number one yet because Moxie weighed in for her number one, and I'm going to say that right here now. Her Mega Evolution, her number one pick is Mega Houndoom, which just speaks volumes. It looks so, so much more demonic.
It is a demon dog with armor.
I can say this, I actually like it better than its regular form, though. It looks so much better. And I didn't ever really like Houndoom all that much. So Houndoom, the Mega Evolved form, was actually an improvement, I think at least. Moving on to my number one, I have to personally pay some respects because mine is Mega Charizard X. They finally made Charizard what he was supposed to begin with, a fire dragon. Plus, he's got that blue flame going on, so you can't really go wrong.
When I see both of them, the Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y next to each other, I immediately think of Game of Thrones when one of the dragons was killed and converted into a dead flying dragon because its flames are also blue.
Interesting. Do you know that a blue flame means it's hotter than an orange flame?
I did.
So, by that law, Charizard X has a hotter fire than Charizard and Mega Charizard Y. What do you think about that?
But yeah, thinking about that, what is the purpose of getting like who would pick Charizard Y over Charizard X?
Um, I honestly don't know. Charizard Y kind of is an extension of regular Charizard, whereas Charizard X is kind of like an entirely different creature. I could see where there would be some selling point to people that originally bought Pokemon X to get X as opposed to Y. How about we do this? Dear listener, let us know. Do you like Charizard X over Charizard Y? Let us know why. If you like Y over X, please tell us because we really want to know. Should we do a couple of honorable mentions, Zombs?
Like how the Mega Evolution for Venusaur just looks stupid.
Oh, yeah, he just becomes
He
a
gets a
slightly.
flower on his forehead.
Yeah, yeah, that is dumb. I'll counter that with a cooler looking one. Well, maybe slightly cooler. Ampharos. It becomes an electric dragon, which I think is pretty neat.
Ampharos gets all that hair that don't care.
Indeed.
What about Manectric? Just turns into a giant lightning bolt.
Oh, that one is so, so painfully dumb. I don't know why. Why that is. Who came up with that? I do not know. But that is. I kind of like Manectric and Mega Manectric, not so much.
Um, what about Pidgeot? When I was looking and I thought, is that Ho-Oh's cousin?
I actually like Mega Pidgeot. I mean, granted, it has just extra plumage, but yeah.
What?
One I want to mention is Mega Banette. It looks creepier. The Banette was already supposed to be creepy. Mega Banette looks even creepier. They did a good job with that one.
Oh yeah, that one reminded me of like a character from the anime Soul Eater. One that I think was always interesting is Slowbro. I don't understand. Does he float or does he balance on his tail? How does that work?
Oh boy, that is. That is a mess. It's like the shoulder completely envelops the slope poke. It's it's a mess. It must balance on its tail and just hover psychically in the air. I mean, it keeps its water psychic typing. I think for me to just wrap up here with one more honorable mention, I'm gonna go with Mega Absol. Looking at it, it kind of makes me think of like Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII because it gets almost a wing. So it's got one wing. Actually, maybe it has two wings. Okay, I could be wrong. It looks like it has two wings. So it's like it's a demonic winged beast that also has 4 feet. It's weird looking.
It's got the one horn is bigger than the other, and it's got the emo hair.
Well, the idea behind Absol was always the yin yang thing. So yeah, that was kind of the idea that was going on there with the horn. Oh, it's so weird. Well, I think that does it for this week's big topic. And also, that wraps up another episode of the podcast. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. If you enjoyed us, please don't forget to hit that like here on YouTube, as well as subscribe to the channel and to listen to more of us each and every week. If you're not here on YouTube and instead listening to us on one of our other sites, such as Podbean or Amazon Music or even Google Podcasts, yes, you can listen to us on all of those. Go check us out just by searching for Nerd Break Podcast. Also, don't forget, like mentioned previously, you can send us listener mail to nerdbreakpodcast@gmail.com. But on behalf of myself and Zombs,
All my chips fell over.
what a way to end the podcast. Thank you, everyone, again so much. And don't forget to take a break from life and nerd out. Bye, everyone. Are you out of chips now, Zombs?
Yeah. I also forgot to mention this part on the anime news that it was put out that a Berserk short film from Netflix is coming out in autumn of 2021.